Oh, no.
Are you a hidden basketball player dunking on people?
Yeah, I'm really bad at geography.
Yeah, okay. Well, hold on one sec, you got a friend here.
Oh, what is it?
There's a bee,
bug?
just wanted to save your life. All right, I will text you. Is this the dog from Air Bud?
He looks like it, but no. Just want my number?
Yeah.
Okay, 519.
Fellas, back for more. Part 3 of lessons that I've learned from approaching over 15,000 girls, okay? You guys seem to like this, so let me know if you want to see a part 4 in the comments below. Number 1 is that girls are a very good reflection of your vibe and your energy. What do I mean? Well, if you go up and approach a girl and you're kind of, looking around like this and you're not really sure if you should be doing it, she's gonna reflect that same energy. As a man, you have to lead every single part of the interaction, right? So you go up and approach a girl, the ideal vibe that you wanna have is cool, it's confident, and it's in a way where you don't take yourself too seriously, right? You don't wanna be a robot, like approaching her like a Terminator, a T-101, come on, let's go! You're making jokes, but not being the dancing monkey, then she's gonna reflect that same positive vibe, unless she's just a right? But for the most part, girls are great reflections of how you act, of how you show up to the interaction. Number 2 is your ability to lead. It is so important that you take a hold of that steering wheel and lead it towards smoother seas. Because by default, women will, say what's socially acceptable, right? They're not going to be the ones, for the most part, to want to lead the conversation in a more flirty direction. So you have to be the one to escalate. You have to be the one to make it an exciting conversation, right? Instead of just talking about generic topics, think about how you can stand out from Johnny Average and Joe Blow. You can do something as simple as, instead of saying, oh, what do you do for work? You can ask her, do you genuinely like your job? Right? And, if a girl says, no, not really, I only do it because I'm just trying to pay the bill. Okay, so money aside, if you could do anything in the world, what would it be? What actually do you like to do? Make her experience positive emotions when she's with you, right? So every time you lead the interaction, you want to make sure that, she's thinking, her emotions are coming into play. Number 3 is that there are so many things that are outside of your control. I used to take it so personally when a girl would reject me, right? Like, I'd be fuming. I'd be thinking inside, like, oh, this, what the I did everything right. I went up and approached her. I stopped her at an appropriate distance. I caught her attention, made eye contact with her for, maybe 2 seconds too long, right? You reach a point of diminishing return, okay? There are so many things that are out of your control, right? I've talked about this before, but girls are a lot like casting directors, right? I know this because I'm an actor and I work in the film and TV industry. I know that casting directors will sometimes disqualify a potential candidate just because that guy or girl reminds them of their ex, right? It could be some, stupid reason like that. Maybe she just likes Indian guys. Some girls prefer certain races. That's just what it is, okay? So just focus on what you can control. Don't focus on what is completely out of your control. Number 4, I know I just said that, don't get caught up in overanalyzing, but at the same time, you do want to at least sit down and think, okay, what did I do right? What could I improve for next time? But don't take it to a level where it's self-destructive and negative. What I actually found was having people record me speaking to girls, right? I noticed I was doing some things awkward with my body language. I think I can relate this back to, again, film and TV, right? When I first got into acting, I thought I was really good, right? But then I realized, watching back some of my self-tapes and me actually, interacting with others, I found that I was doing some really awkward things that I wasn't even aware of, and make adjustments for the next approach. That is key. And number 5 is that girls' friends can be your best friend or your worst enemy. Let me say that again. A girl's friend can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. Okay? When I first got into cold approaching girls in pickup, I would always look for the girl that's by herself, because approaching a girl with a friend or in a group was so intimidating for me, because I didn't know, like, okay, which girl am I going to hit on? It's just, there's going to be too much going on. If you go up and talk to a girl and you don't really acknowledge the friend, This is a mistake that I made for the longest time, right? I would go up and I'd talk to a girl, I'd express my interest for her, and I wouldn't really acknowledge the friend, and the girl would be into me, right? She'd be showing me every sign, but then, you know, she'd take forever to text me back, and then she'd eventually ghost me. Their decision can be greatly influenced by their friend, even if, you know, their interest for you is a 10 out of 10, right? So if you're not acknowledging the friend and you're just speaking to the girl the whole time, the friend could be like, oh, I didn't really like him, right? Or, oh, he kind of felt off, right? I mean, it could have just been because she wasn't getting attention and she's jealous, but that voice in the girl that you're interested in's ear can play negatively to you, right? And you don't want that. So the best course of action is to go up, acknowledge them both, include the other girl in on the conversation sometimes, right? Like you can say, how do you guys know each other? Oh yeah, I can see, you know, you guys have a good vibe. Guys, I could go on all day about the things that I have learned, you know, from my 15,000 approaches. So watch another video right here. This is 5 more things that I've learned from my 15,000 approaches and all the mistakes that I've made and mistakes that you guys hopefully won't make after watching.